Good morning, everybody. It is very, very hot here in Morocco, and you will hear the sound of the fan behind me. I hope you can hear me over that sound. This video on YouTube is done very much for people who understand what we do, are quite committed to what we do, and are interested in what we do. It's not going to get the coverage that I will get with short videos on social media or photographs. So there are a few things I'd like to explain to you. First of all, down in Agadir, just to update you, there's still investigations going on. As I've already told you, I understand the head of the gendarmerie has been arrested. I can't really share anything else that's happening at the moment, but I hope you understand. What I can tell you is that we are bringing 4 more donkeys back from Agadir this week, and Ayub will go down. Ellen Cochrane, who is actually our patron in the UK, and some of you will know of Ellen. I think sometimes if you go for really big names and stars, what does that really mean? Why we value Ellen is she's very much been part of how we've grown. She's an amazing horsewoman, an amazing teacher. She only teaches liberty, true liberty. She took a mule many years ago that really was in need of care and was completely untrained. She has worked with that wonderful mule in Ara, and they won the International Liberty Championships together. And she has taught Ayub everything he knows about true liberty work. So they make an amazing combination. And she is here this week, and she may be able to go down to Agadir in the ambulance with Ayub. If she can, that would be wonderful. Now, it's difficult to know where to start. We are growing rapidly, as you can see. We do have fatalities, and I'm very sad to have to tell you that the very, very skinny horse that somebody brought in the back of a van, who appeared to be doing okay, but was seriously starved and malnourished. We tried our very, very best, but he died peacefully in his sleep. So that's always upsetting. The 2 mares that have had foals are doing beautifully, and I think Ellen is up with the horses now. In terms of increasing our reach, it is inevitable our numbers are going to increase in any event. Because what is happening with FIFA coming in 2030, land is being bought up by developers because they're looking for sort of thousands of visitors to Marrakesh, and more accommodation is being built. So a lot of that land is being taken away from people who maybe had donkeys, and those donkeys are now looking for somewhere to go. So where do they come? They come here. And that is going to go on, I would think, for the next couple of years. I've looked at ways of making money apart from constantly asking for donations, because that is just a drain on everybody. Although I continue to say, people who follow me and are interested in what we do, if you don't donate, please consider maybe a small monthly donation helps enormously. However, I know that my YouTube channel is never going to monetize hugely, because this is a serious channel where I tell you about the law and what is happening in Morocco. And it may take several years for it to grow to the extent that would be necessary to have a reasonable income. But I was told by somebody who follows us and has been very helpful that I can now monetize on Meta, on Facebook. So I have enrolled, and I can. They have my income tax number in the UK. They have all our papers. We're verified to be able to monetize, and that will bring in a little each month. But that will come in from the posts I do on Facebook that tend to go far and wide. So I'm now going to develop a strategy. The really serious stuff will be here. I will do photographs or short videos on Facebook of really beautiful photographs and successes we've had, like the baby donkeys running along the piste, and our wonderful stallions and the position they're in now. So certainly we'll continue to do that, and they should monetize. I will do shorter videos and photographs for supporters that tell us our bad news, really. So what I'd be very grateful for, and I'll say this on Facebook, is when they're really attractive, good posts that may well go viral, please click, 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 share and get people to click, because the more they are looked and viewed, the more views, that actually in turn now earns us money. What a world we live in. It's very, very different to the old days when you were constantly looking for grants. Grants have now virtually dried up. So perhaps you can help me in that, and that's a very simple, easy thing to do. And I will try and post a lot and regularly, because that helps us monetize. I'm always happy to share with you the money that we make and what that means. That will not keep the refuge, it will not feed the animals. For that I do depend on donations. As I've said before, we've had to double our food supply. So if I just share this eye-watering fact with you, I call it the hay, but it's a combination of alfalfa and straw that comes in on the lorries, and that comes in every week. We are now having to take in £3,000 worth a week. We have tried to negotiate a drop in price, and the people who supply us are letting us have it at the most basic price they can. If they dropped it any more, they would be paying us to come here. I hope you understand. This is what happens in an arid country like this, and it is becoming more and more arid. The drought is going on, and of course all this house and apartment building is draining the water supplies anyway. I think that's enough for today, and I wonder if I just turn my camera around a little, because I have a constant companion now that you can just have a quick look at before I go. There she is, little Kira. I'll put this down a bit. There we are. So on a very happy note, Kira is very happy, and she has become my constant companion. Bye for now.